a few years back, I was trying to improve my art by binging YouTube videos, right? And it worked for a while, but it reached a point where it felt like I kind of plateaued because it just wasn't working anymore. It felt like the videos I was watching just didn't have that extra bit of oomph that I wanted them to have, you know what I mean? In order to improve my drawings. So then I thought to myself, I thought about the elite artists out there, the best mangakas out there. I even thought of like the Picassos and Da Vinci's from way back when. And they didn't learn from YouTube, did they? Now, I'm not saying teaching yourself to draw from the internet is hopeless, because it isn't. It really helped me go through some incredible progress for a couple of weeks when I was starting out. But there reaches a point where you're kind of on your own. You developed your style in a certain way, and the videos you're watching just don't appeal to your own unique style, and therefore they just seem kind of useless in a sense. When I was at this point, I just sat back and I thought, I just had to stop overcomplicating things, right? It's not that deep. So what I did was I just whipped out my sketchbook and I drew. Literally. I literally stopped trying to learn from YouTube and I just did my own thing. Like I'd make a collage kind of thing on my sketchbook. Each drawing on the page individually took a bit of time to make. It wasn't just sketches I was making. And for my references, I'd look up my favorite manga panels on Google and try to recreate them. I began practicing like this and saw massive progress. And this is something I still do today. I'd specifically choose panels that I knew would be hard to draw. For example, I was horrible at drawing torsos that were curled up, all like this. So I'd pick up manga panels that had those exact poses and I'd try to figure out, okay, how did the artist here make this work? Now, you see, I wasn't trying to learn how to draw from copying other YouTubers' drawing processes, because we all have different ways that we would best make our drawings. You know what I mean? Like there's many different paths that can lead to the same result. So with this in mind, I'd look at the end product, which is the manga panel, and I'd try to figure that out. It's kind of like a mechanic knowing how to take an engine apart and then put it all back together. This is how you know a mechanic knows what he's doing. You know what I mean? It's pretty similar when it comes to art. So this is what I did. I made a ton of collages on my sketchbook, referenced from really cool manga panels. And this made me love drawing again. I'd put on like for my setup, I'd put on some music in the background, maybe a podcast, as I just drew out some of my favorite manga panels. And after doing this for a while, I was able to understand more the kind of science behind drawings or whatever, because I was able to make more complex drawings on my own without the use of references, because I figured out a kind of path that suited me personally the best, and you can do the same thing too. So try this out in a way that works for you. It doesn't have to be manga panels. It can be like shots of famous movie scenes or really cool paintings, any cool shots, just any random picture. Just take them, make a bunch of them on a single page, put on your favorite playlist, kick back and relax and just draw. Maybe even go to a park or something for a little bit of extra serenity and just have a good time drawing.